Well, first of all, I think government's going to function even better when there are more people with scientific training of various lengths working inside government. All government departments need science advice. And whether that is for their planning for the future, or whether that is for thinking about how to do better analysis and planning for delivering their tasks right now.
Almost every policy that I come across within Scottish Government and wider afield involves science. Most of our major policies, things like our national strategy for economic transformation, our innovation strategy, our strategy to deal with climate change, mitigation and adaptation, they all rely on science and technology to underpin those policies. It's really important that scientists engage with government to make sure that the data, evidence, and then the advice that arises from that is up to date and robust. The best policies come from using the best scientific evidence wisely.
There is real work for science advisors to think about, well, what is the real question here? Of all the stuff I know, which are the bits that are actually really relevant to this problem, and how much can I cut out, how much can I leave behind? And really importantly, and this is I think quite difficult, where is the uncertainty? And how much of what I believe is to be true might others contest? Because I think it is important when you're offering science advice, if you're going to set yourself up as an honest broker, to make sure you do that properly. And that's a lot of work, actually, because we tend to forget there are things that we think are true that actually we know are contested. So you have to be very careful to separate out the stuff that, what you might call the settled science, the stuff that everybody would agree with, and the stuff that is much more uncertain. So there's a lot of work in there. Giving good science advice is actually hard work. And then I think you do have to remember that it's not necessarily going to be welcome.
We're really fortunate to have the Scottish Science Advisory Council, and that is the Scottish highest level committee of individuals, independent individuals from across all the scientific disciplines, so including chemistry, physics, engineering. And not just within academia, we have some industry colleagues who also join that particular committee. That's really important because they then help me in gathering that data and evidence and then helping to translate it into advice. So that's a really key element for me.